Hey, this is Bruno Major, and you're listening to KZOW 91.9. Wouldn't mean a thing without you. Active Radio.
We're sitting down here with up-and-coming artist Bruno Major. Bruno, why don't you tell me a bit about yourself? Where are you from?
I'm from London, Camden Town in London.
Okay, Bruno, how did you get your start into music?
How did I get my start? Well, I've never been very good at very much else, so I kind of just dedicated myself to music from an early age, and I never really had a plan B. So.
Okay, Bruno, what kind of artists inspire you, or how do you model yourself like after a different artist? Which ones are your kind of like your favorites?
Well, I'm a jazz musician originally, and I learned to write songs from the great American songbook, like Cole Porter, Jerome Kern, Rodgers and Hammerstein, listening to Chet Baker and Ella Fitzgerald, Louis Armstrong, and so I think my concept of songwriting comes from that world, and also more modern artists like Randy Newman, Bob Dylan, Billy Joel, and then I'm also really into electronic music, and I was a huge Radiohead fan, and I'm very inspired by James Blake and sonically things of that realm. So I guess I'm trying to fuse all of my influences all at the same time. Whether or not I've been successful, I'll leave you to decide.
All right, let's talk about your new track then that just got released. Wouldn't Mean a Thing. It's a very emotional song when you listen to it. Where did that inspiration for the song come from?
It's about my ex-girlfriend. I think I wrote the chorus before I wrote the verses. Mm-hmm. And I was with my good friend and all-round genius, Reuben James, who's a world-class jazz piano player, and he came in with these amazing chords, which are the ones you hear at the start in the vocals. Mm-hmm. And then it all just sort of formed quite naturally.
All right. So the track was featured on Spotify's New Music Friday playlist. How did you find out? Where were you, and what was your response?
I was actually I woke up on a sofa in the Hollywood Hills in Los Angeles with a very big hangover, and I had a text from my manager saying you got featured on the New Music Friday playlist on Spotify, and then I was really happy and I jumped in the swimming pool.
All right. How has been the fan reaction to hearing your new song? Have you gotten some new fans, gotten some messages?
You know what, Andrew? I've actually been on a really long journey. I made an album mm-hmm. that, for various reasons, most of them political and non-musical, I lost it. And I never got to release it, and it was, and it took me 2 years from that point until now to kind of get over it and be able to make music myself without needing anyone mm-hmm. to help me. And it's been a really personal and pretty profound journey. So to finally release something onto the internet was an amazing moment of catharsis for me, and to have a positive reaction from people was amazing, and a really amazing feeling.
That's great. That's a great story. I can't believe coming, losing your music. I can't imagine, having an album ready to release and then losing it, and now coming to this moment, getting featured on New Music Friday. Let's talk about what does your future hold? What are your next plans? Are you gonna get a full album? Do you plan on moving to America, or are you staying in London? What's the plans?
I think I'm going to stay in London, but I do love America, and I always come over a few times a year to play and to hang out. And as regards to the future with my music, I've come up with maybe a potentially stupid but really exciting plan to release a song every month.
Okay.
As long as I can, maybe until I run out of things to say.
Mm-hmm.
So the artwork is for the whole collection, started by Wouldn't Mean a Thing, is all based on the orbits of the planets, and because a month is the time it takes the moon to orbit the Earth.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Can we expect to see you on tour anytime soon?
I sure hope so. At the moment, I'm focusing on recording and releasing the music, but there will be absolutely some gigs and tours coming up very soon, so keep an eye out.
All right. Where can people find your music, Bruno?
It's on all the stuff, Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes. I can't remember what the other ones are.
You're everywhere, right?
It's on the internet.
Okay. Just search Bruno Major and Wouldn't Mean a Thing, and you'll find it, right?
Yes.
All right, perfect. Bruno, thank you so much for joining the show. I know it's, big time difference. I'm glad we got this scheduled together, but thank you so much for joining.
Me too. Thank you for having me.
Hey, this is Bruno Major, and you're listening to KZOW 91.9. Wouldn't mean a thing without you. Active Radio.